The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with HC Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta, and our admin, Eisen, as we are here for the second half of Day 1 of Division 3. And it is about to be a fantastic set of matches up ahead, starting with, of course, Team Heat versus Tilt Esports. That's right, Tilt Esports is coming back after their game earlier today against the side of Sage Empire, where they unfortunately could not manage to equalize for one final time when it really mattered, and Sage Empire were able to get away with that game on Clubhouse 7-5. Speaking of Clubhouse, of course, we are back on that map once again for this game as Team Heat is here to try and win against the side of Tilt Esports. And mind you, a very determined Tilt Esports are about to start playing here, ladies and gentlemen, as after last match they'll be looking to make amends for that loss, and they will be doing exactly that, which means that Team Heat will quite literally have to bring in the heat today to win this matchup. But more on that from our analyst and co-host Baba Gusta. Baba, how do you do this evening?
I'm doing absolutely great here, Jack, and I'm really excited to see what Tilt Esports have in stores. Looking for the fact that they will be in the same map yet again. Clubhouse is going to be the matchup, and we actually did see, Tilt Esports going up against Sage Esports in our previous stream. We did see Sage Empire winning against Tilt Esports. I actually do not remember quite yet. Actually, yes, it was Sage Esports who did win against Tilt Esports. Was it? Actually, no, actually, Sage Empire.
It was Sage Empire's victory, yes, 7-5 on
Yes,
Clubhouse.
yes. I was confused a little bit there. I do have to apologize there, Jack. Sage Empire winning against Tilt Esports on Map Clubhouse. So this time, we'll see whether Tilt Esports make amends with them going up against Team Heat with that first attacker's ban. Thatcher and Capitao will not be in play in Map Clubhouse, which means there may be a higher chances of them banning Womai. Actually, yep. I mean, there is a maximum possibility of them banning either a Womai or a Valkyrie. So, since the first defenders ban, we are going to be seeing a Mira ban, since Mira is quite powerful due to her ability in which she can be able to see through mirrors, and also she is a great anchor. So with that, The last ban would be none other than Clash, quite surprisingly, as we end the ban phase. So, according to the attackers, I believe they have Nomad, the Jackal is still in play. And on the side of defense, it's quite simple. The Wamai, yeah, the Wamai, Valkyrie, and Maestro, all of these important defenders are still in play. So, it should give Team Heat the opportunity to play some interesting picks here, as we're going to be seeing as we're going to be seeing quite an interesting pick. As let's talk about the on the rosters of Tilt Esports. We have Sedatic, Mechhawk, Exterminator, Killster, and Smoke Dev. And on the side of Team Heat, we have Eagle Eye, Roxy, Killswitch, Night Soul, and Lord Bane. So we're going to be seeing a quick 6-pick as he changes from the Echo to the Jaeger as we proceed to the first round, and it's going to be Basement Church, the first round that we're going to witness the specific matchup here.
Attackers need to locate
Basement Church is the side of choice coming up from the side of Team Heat off the bat, going down below with the Melusi and Maestro in play. Alongside, of course, Lord Bane with that 6-pick out of the Echo into the Jaeger. One 6-pick that probably would have already happened, regardless of whether or not Echo was default banned. But then again, I digress, with Echo having been out of play for so long, I'm not entirely sure what the decision would have been. It's been a while since we've seen that up. But, of course, sometimes it just has to be. Anyway, come back to the point at hand. Round one is about to be underway, and I'm not seeing a castle, and I'm not seeing any emphasis on first floor, so it's not going to be that extended roam strat that we have gotten to see before, especially from Div 2 and Div 1 teams primarily. But teams in Div 3 have not been shy of trying it out and trying out new things as well, as Killswitch is trying to get on top of the jukebox. But he is not... Oh, there we go. He got it. All right. I was about to say, it didn't look like he was going to get it, but he was able to, and puts the Evil Eye down in the highest possible position inside the church. Nicely done. And one thing I would like to point out is that not only is the Maverick in play, but so is Ace, interestingly enough. You would think, given the really powerful kit that he has, AK-12, P9 secondary pistol, and smoke grenades, and pretty much just a slightly smaller scale thermite breach, he would get some bans here and there, but no, people really don't want to ban him. They really want to play him instead, even though we've seen thermite be brought out almost stubbornly by certain teams in refusal to play Ace. I'm not really sure what happens right there with the decision making, of course, is up to the teams, but regardless, excuse me right there. Regardless, it should be interesting to see what kind of plays Killster are bringing out right now. OC4 comes out, but Killster is going to be more than alive. Barely takes about 3-4 HP's worth of damage, but Night Soul is going to take a lot of damage, actually. And that vertical angle that Lord Bane is trying to play is very dangerous. The one coming in from the cold room, sure, that can be contested, especially if the attackers peek unawares. If they're not checking below while they make their entry, they might be caught out by, anybody playing Deep Arsenal. But even then, that's a slim chance. Makak in the meanwhile trying to take care of the smoke. Sitting inside of dirt, he's going to take care of the shield, but of course the grenade comes out from Exterminator. He's going to find anybody? No, it isn't. But Killster's taking a lot of damage from below. Just like I said, he has to be very careful on these gunfights that he's picking right now, especially against Lord Bane. The man's about to punish him if he gets too comfortable. More damage done to Killster. He will do some damage in retaliation, but nowhere near the amount of damage that he has taken so far. Lord Bane is really hungry for the kill, You can see it in the way that he's moving, but he's not going to get it just yet. He has to work a little bit harder for that, as Killster is still busy peeking those vertical angles. Eagle Eye is going to take a lot of damage right there. He has to be careful as well. He's been down from a grenade, and he's going to be confirmed onto any second now as soon as that smoke dissipates. Meanwhile, Hibana's going to make her way into kitchen. Take some damage, Smoke Dev that is, as Eagle Eye will finally go down. Makak confirms the kill. Zofia pushing through dirt. Has found one, only one so far in fact, and less than 20 seconds remain for Tilt Esports to get into sight. They need to get in there, and they need to start getting the plant off. They have the hatch, but then just below the hatch, there's operators waiting for them. Team Heat has done well so far to hold off and not be killed off entirely. There's one drop, caught off board. There's the second one caught off board as well, as Makak will find Night and Soul, but Roddy's going to find Makak in the meanwhile. It's a 2v3 right now. Make that a 1v3, and suddenly, Team Heat are going to be the ones to win round one off the back of some very, very well well done, well coordinated, patient plays, as we see in the Fibernet instant replay right there. They did very well to just hold on, stay alive for as long as possible, and then punish the side of Tilt Esports, extending the timer, holding on the timer for as long as possible, not making any peaks, doing chip damage here and there, and that's why Heat have taken the first round, as round 2 will be underway on second floor CCTV and cash room.
Well, a strong, solid defense win on the side of Team Heat as we progress to round 2. Second floor CCTV will be the site as we're going to be seeing that six pick yet again. Lord Ben switching it to the Echo. Actually, from the Echo to the Jaeger as we proceed to round 2. I believe
Attackers need to locate and
most
defuse
of
as many
the
bombs as
plays
they
that we'd
can.
actually get to see from Trinity Esports is that they had control from the early rounds, although they did had a lot of problems, a few problems dealing with Lord Bane. Was currently holding an angle from the Arsenal through to the gold room, in which the Sledge did had quite a lot of difficulties taking out that particular operator as kill switch. He was trying to, place his deployable shield, but he has a little bit of problems due to which Lord Bane placed his ADS in a different position in which he wasn't supposed to, but he will be able to reposition it back again, having no
10
problems.
seconds left.
And I believe one of them will be holding that particular angle from that
5
CCTV.
seconds remaining.
With the Eagle Eye playing as the smoke, he'll be able to make some
Attackers
few
are
holes right on the top of the cache room to make sure that he would be prepped and ready, especially when the attackers try to push and go for the plant. That smoke canisters will be there to either delay it or deny the attacker's plant. So with that, action phase will be in play, and looks like Lord Bane is going to be holding on from the Moto's garage catwalk. So we'll be seeing Mechog with the X-Kairos pellets with the help of Sledge, opening up quite a few, holes just to make sure that the impact trick from the defenders won't be in play. So we're going to be seeing Killster in the top roof, holding an angle from the CCTV window, hoping to find or pick a kill. And quite surprisingly, we won't be able to see a bandit being picked, and neither some of the impact grenades being used from Team Heat. So it's going to be a solid lead and a solid hold, and also most would be like a C4 place coming in, especially from Roxy and Night Soul, if they do have any of those nitro cells. As we're going to be seeing Mechhawk already inside the building, throwing up the flashbang to make sure that they would get the kill as best as possible. But does he know that there is Lord Bane playing also very close on the oil pit here? A little bit of push should be enough for Lord Ben to get the kill, but he's also very close as he hears the flashbangs and the nades being thrown out of. As Lord Ben, he will find Mechhawk and he will eliminate it. First early kill, and is going to go in the favor of Team Heat. Well played from Lord Bane as he gets one kill, and it would be best for him to just reposition back from the blue stairs. Well, just as I was talking about it, Lord Brain is already in blue stairs with Smoke Dev inside, and he has a lot of problems dealing with. But here's Maverick with the frag grenade yet again, hoping to eliminate kill switch as best as possible. That is a lot of utilities being thrown out there, with Smoke Dev making sure that he would get at least the head off of the Wamai, but that is a lot of time being wasted around, and they don't have the control of the catwalk just yet. They have the intel though, but at what cost? Lord Bane is here, the push comes in, he whips a lot of shot, but he gets the down as Lord Bane gets the double kill. Exterminator on the other hand, eliminating Wamai. They will, however, get the control of the catwalk. That is quite a lot of time being taken out on the side of Tilt Esports just to get the control of that catwalk, as Lord Bane, he is proving to be quite efficient here, getting those two important kills, but he'll just decide to just fall back, hold a particular angle yet again. Smoke being thrown off from the Ace, followed up with the smoke gas canisters, so that Ace won't be able to push in. But here comes a triple K yet again, and it is Lord Bane as Killshot will be there. Get another one, C4 for the confirmation. But here comes the heavy aggression from the Jaeger. Doesn't work out as Killstar will be there to shut him down, eventually getting the double kill. But quite surprisingly, he's the only operator left, and Valk is right from below. But Eagle Eye will be able to down him, and he will confirm yet again. Team Heat winning round 2 on second floor CCTV room. As we take a look at it in Act Fibernet's instant replay, what great hold, what great C4 being thrown from the Valkyrie right from below the waiting room to eliminate the planter on the default plant, I believe, on the CCTV room. And also an impressive play from Lord Brain, eliminating the Hibana, that would be Mechhawk, eliminating Hibana from the stairs, the garage stairs, and get those 3 important kills.
One can only imagine what it is to be Lord Bane right now. The man, right towards the right towards the end, when he was pushing up through the smoke, going in towards the plant, right, to try and deny it, there was a C4 from below that did so much damage to him. And then after that, the man still couldn't get any more kills. He was on triple. He was trying to go for the ace. Unfortunately, plant denial could not come off for him, and he, well, he unfortunately met his end at the hands of the Zofia. But, the round still went the way of Team Heat, and that's what really mattered right there, seeing as they were able to take these, they are able to take these early rounds, even with Team Tilt Esports, making some good changes from the last game that they had against Sage Empire. It doesn't seem to be enough. They're still lacking a little something, and sometimes they're just losing bodies to unnecessary sheets and plays, and they're gonna have to clean up on that as they go along. Of course, having only just played their last game a couple of hours ago, they are improving, and that's a good thing. They've already made some big strides from the last game that they played, but they will still need to improve. They've still got a ways to go, as we will continue to watch and see what kind of improvements they bring out. Tilt Esports Team Heat in the meanwhile. Second floor gym and a bedroom is the site of choice, as they will be actually emphasizing quite a bit towards the side of cache and CCTV. Not exactly surprising, mind you, as Selma breaches from Ace Sedatic are about to go out towards the side of the wall. Slowly but surely, you want to make sure, Tilt Esports that is, you don't get too excited, you don't push in too early in unnecessary situations, as that has, of course, led to some very unfortunate round ends. We've seen this before time and time again, and of course they will need to try and make some things happen right now. And with the 2-minute mark slowly approaching, ooh, okay, that's an interesting breach that we got to hear right there. Smoke Dev taking out a castle barricade, probably the one on Jim. He's got to be careful. He's still holding the CCTV window, but there could be a jump out behind him, and he needs to be careful of that one. He's going to turn around. There's Makar holding that as well. So window push, not really much of a possibility with somebody being right there. Malusi Gadget will be taken down by the grenade, and Smoke Dev, I think he also got the, castle barricade that was there. Not entirely sure about that one. Actually, he did. Nice. But the Banshee's still there. Okay, never mind. The grenade, I thought that was meant for the Banshee, but that was meant for the castle barricade. Regardless, another one has to be expended, to take care of the Banshee and kill switch. He was all the way out in dirt trying to find somebody from that long angle from the dirt soft wall to the jacuzzi wall area. Hasn't been able to find anybody, seeing as there is a lack of attacker bodies being dropped, but Sedatic's already in. He's going for the plant. Hello! Where did he get in from? But Eagle is going to find Macaque in the meanwhile. Will they find the planter? They will! And Sedatic will go down. It's a 5v3. Diffuser dropped inside of sight. 50 seconds remaining for the remaining attacker. Smoke Dev has been taken off the board. There goes the Ash as well. It is now a 1v5. Make that a 0v5. As Kill Switch, Eagle Eye, and the rest of Team Heat pop off. They really are bringing in the heat, ladies and gentlemen, as we will see in the Act 5 and an instant replay. Tilt Esports, very unfortunate, but on the attack so far, they have not made any strides from the last round. They're still making a few unnecessary plays. They don't seem to be coordinating and or droning, or something seems to be going wrong that they really need to look into, because they've lost 3 rounds in a row. And going into round 4, we're headed back to Basement Church and Arsenal from the very, very dominating team so far, that is Team Heat.
3 consecutive wins on the side of Team Heat, and an impressive place coming in from this specific team here as we proceed to round 4. 6-pick being coming in yet again as Lord Bane changes from the Pulse to the Jaeger. Now, Pulse, especially on the side of Basement Church, it has been used quite a lot thanks to his cardiac sensors, and most of the time he would always be holding in the Arsenal room, hopefully to eliminate those players who are apparently pushing in on the side of Church. There are, however, some counters to it, especially, McHawk was playing as the Hibana. He has those X-Kairos pellets to even, open up the hatches without even entering the side of kitchen. All he has to do is repel from the windows of the kitchen, uses a gadget and take it out as fast as possible.
5 seconds
So,
left before insertion.
but since we won't be able to see a pulse being played, but instead we will be seeing a Jaeger. I mean, it's not that much of a surprise because, you do have the ADSs, and, ADSs are quite important, and also one of the highly picked operators in any competitive siege. So without further ado, action phase will be in play, and Roxy still going to be, he's just going to throw one of the cams right from the oil pit and just fall back to his side. Meanwhile, we're going to be seeing Night Soul playing as the Melusi with the impact nade to make sure that if any of those X-Kairos pellets being used from the hatch, it will be denied instantly. So, with McHawk, all she needs to do is to be careful of those prefaz, and exactly that's what Lord Bane is going to do. Open up lines of sight so that it will be very difficult for the attackers to push in from that cold room. I believe that should be the sledge with the Hibana. He's just making sure to provide cover as best as possible as Lord Bane sees the leg of the Hibana, doesn't actually quite get the shot, as she will progress to open up thanks to her X-Kairos pellets, but an instant denial comes in from Night Soul. Here comes the second, and hopefully that would be impact trick yet again. There you go, the second impact trick will be denied yet again as Eagle Eye right from the tunnels. He is trying to make sure that the push from the tunnel won't come in. And with that, since Melusi doesn't have any impact nades, the Maestro will be in the Arsenal room yet again to hopefully trick it for the third time. No, it won't. Unfortunately, the hatch is open on the side of kitchen, so that is one job done. They still need to figure out a way to enter into the side, and that's with Lord Bane going with the flank, coming in right from the blue stairs to bar. He might have an opportunity to eliminate the Zofia, who is currently being going down the stairs, but he still needs to be careful on the 3 operators who are currently holding angle on the side of kitchen. Now that there is 2 angles that Lord Bane needs to worry about, it's up to him to choose which side that he needs to push to. With them successfully opening up the tunnels, and I believe McHawk is on his way to hold up an angle right on the side of tunnel. He needs to make sure that he eliminates Eagle Eye and get the side as fast as possible. 40 seconds left for the attackers here as Exterminator is pushing his way to the blue stairs. And I think it's going to be a coordinated push. They just don't have enough amount of time as they only have 30 seconds left. Tilt Esports, they at least need 1, or I would say more than 1 points to even equalize the round out against Team Heat, knowing for the fact that they've won 3 defense rounds in a row. So it's best for them to make an important play here. Killster still holding an angle as Lord Bane sees the head but doesn't connect because there is Exterminator holding that angle, eliminating him. But here comes Zofia being eliminated yet again by none other than Killswitch. The post plant is in. They have 40 seconds left to make sure that they would disable it as best as possible. Now we are going to be seeing 2 operators pushing in from the kitchen to provide cover as best as possible, but they know that there is Ace been pushing in. Here comes the default plant from default defuse coming in from the Knight, so he doesn't have enough amount of time. Ace comes for the push in, whips out the pistol, eliminates him, but the down comes in from the Maestro as he gets that triple kill with the Alda, and just like that, Team Heat are in a consecutive win, winning round 4 on Basement Church. As we take a look at that in Fabernet's actually in the Fabernet's instant replay. What a great comeback coming in from Team Heat, although Tilt Esports did had the opportunity, getting the control on the side of kitchen, opening up even the hatches as well. We actually did see Exterminator eliminating Lord Bane with that great, I would say, the great push been coming in from the blue stairs to a blue stairs. So apparently we are going to be seeing a rehost. Actually, we are not going to be able to go for a rehost as the admin talks about it. So Jack, for round 4, Team Heat has won a total of 4 defense rounds in a row. What do you want to talk about that?
I mean, there's only so much to say, Baba, that would, come off without us sounding repetitive, which is the fact that Tilt Esports, for whatever reason, even after their game with Sage Empire, where they did fairly well.
Attackers need
Well,
to
okay,
locate
not
and defuse
too
as
well,
many
but they
bombs
did
as
fairly well on the attack on the second half. They started on the defense, of course, and they did well on the defense. They weren't there at their best on the attack, but whatever they were doing against Sage Empire was miles better than what they have done so far against Team Heat. Team Heat has completely shut them down on multiple counts, and even if in the last round Tilt were able to get the diffuser off, like get it down, get the counter, get the diffuse cycle running, it didn't matter because the ace was the only one remaining, and he could get one, but there was no way he was about to get two more because a Maestro was sitting on Kitchen, ready to drop down with the Alda, pre-firing away to glory. That is exactly what we got to see right there, and it was a great push to get in, but Tilt Esports, they need to keep working on it, and they need to get better as you know, as much as they can. Sure, there's only so much they can do in the confines of a single game, but hopefully, you know, tomorrow and then matches coming forward in Division 3 next week and all that, we'll get to see them pull off some even greater plays as we move on with Season 1. And interestingly enough, speaking of Season 1, you know, we're about to end Week 1, actually. Already the first week has come to an end, and it's been an interesting week to say the least. But of course, there's still another match tonight and another play day to go before that. So, you know, there's plenty of Siege action coming to all of our viewers at home over the course of this last day, or these last 36 hours, I guess.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Anyway, coming back to the point at hand, Maverick trying to do a little bit of a soft wall trick on the main CC wall. As Sledge, we saw already breach into the jacuzzi wall. Roddy trying to go for a cheeky little pre-fire outside of the CC window, excuse me, the construction window. Not finding anybody just yet, as everybody's on a bit of a standstill right now, and they're just waiting. Once again, Team Heat is basically playing time right now. They're not going for big peaks, not all the time anyway, and whenever they do, they know that they have a good chance of winning that peak that they're going for, that gunfight. They're picking their gunfights very well, but unfortunately, Tilt Esports are being caught off guard on way too many counts in a given round to just make anything out of that, really. So they're gonna have to work on that a lot. Hopefully they can pull out a couple rounds right now. If they are able to, of course, then going into round 7 roll swap will be a lot easier for them, because going into it, you know, 2-4 down is still better than going into it 0-6 down. Ask any team that's been 7-0'd in any tournament, they'll be able to tell you exactly why that is. Sedatic pushing up through construction as Extremity is going to start things off by finding kills. That's a big one, mind you, as the Kaid will drop. But doesn't know that there's somebody else inside of Garage, the Ella that is. Night and Soul trying to fight with the Scorpion on a long angle. A little ill-advised, but he might still be able to pull it off, knowing the way that Team Heat has played so far. Even with one man down early, they do not care, as the diffuser has to be recovered, and Roddy's going to find one. Kill Stealer goes down, as Exkyros pellets are about to go off on construction wall. That opening might just be what gives Tilt Esports a big play this round, as Roddy's going to take some damage, a lot of damage from a grenade, but he's trying to go for a prone pick. Look at this man slithering towards construction. Eagle Eye takes some damage, and the Ace will take more, but the Bandit will finally go down, and he'll be confirmed onto in just a second, as that leaves the side of Team Heat in a 2v4, excuse me, as Eagle Eye has been down, but there's the Ella to cover for Bandit, but Lord Bane takes a kill anyway. Eagle Eye is going to go down finally. Macaque takes that, and there we go. The last defenders will drop as well, as Sedatic and Macaque will drop Roddy and Lord Bane in quick succession, leaving Team Heat a little cooled off, as Tilt Esports will finally put a round on board. Round 5 goes to them, and just like I said, they desperately needed this round, and they were able to get it, and they will need to take one more before coming to the defense on round 7, as we are on the last round before roll swap. Round 6 is going to be in play on second floor CCTV and Cashroom once again.
Well, with Tilt Esports winning their first attack on round 5, second floor CCTV room, we're going to be seeing Team Heat defending that same site yet again. Although it's quite interesting on how the push were made. I believe it was Ace first opening up the CCTV walls, and then Ace was there to open up the construction wall, to which in fact led the Sledge plant near the breached walls of the cash room, in which it did actually work out, because most of the time I actually did see Ella, who was in the garage catwalk with the Scorpion, however, eliminating Exterminator, who was apparently pushing in from the CCTV, but it wasn't quite enough. With the Tilt Esports winning their first attack, hopefully they might be able to make it into a 2v4 so that they shouldn't have any problems when Tilt Esports are going in on defense. Now keep that in mind that Clubhouse is, most a heavily defender-sided map, except there are some sites in which the attackers have the opportunity to win on. But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen here. Action phase will be in play. We're going to be seeing Night Soul placing his Banshee deterrent near the CCTV, hopefully, maybe on the windows of the CCTV, especially if the attackers try to push in aggressively. As the second Melusi deterrent will be placed from the main stage, followed up with the ADSs and also the deployable shield, in which the Eagle Eye, playing as the smoke, will be holding up the angle of the CCTV. Yeah, the CCTV. So with that, we're going to be seeing both of the attackers, especially the sledge, using the sledgehammer to open up like a crouched hole in where Lord Bane is holding an angle to. And here comes another one, opening up the hatches, which would connect near the logistics. That way, the attackers will be able to make a coordinated push, one from pushing from logistics and the second from the jacuzzi, to eliminate Lord Bane, who is currently being in the stairs. Quite a lot of damage being done, and with that damage, McHawk will be downed, and I believe it was none other than Lord Bane, who did find where exactly McHawk's location was in, downing her, but she will be, however, picked back up in nonetheless. Some of the grenades being thrown out with the Ace holding the angle right from the construction, and I'm quite surprised that they haven't reinforced the construction wall just yet. And with the Ace opening it up without having any problems, not even any denials from either the Mute or the Kaid, in which the Mute is in play, that is the Kaid's Electroclaw, mainly focusing it on the CCTV rather than keeping mostly in favor on the construction. Ooh, that is a great shot from Lord Bane as he eliminates Smoke Dev. Almost gets the head off of Zofia, but that wallbang will be there to confirm the kill as Exterminator and Killster get those two important players on the side of Team Heat, which leads to only 3 players on the side of the defenders. That would be Ronnie, Night Soul, and Killswitch, and all 3 of them are nearby the site. Killswitch with greatly decreased amount of HP here. He needs to make this play count. He needs to make sure that he could get those important kills as fast as possible. With Exterminator still on the CCTV, he just needs to push in and go for the plant. The only problem is he doesn't have the smoke grenades and neither the grenades. Night Soul prepping for the impact nade will be able to take out one set of Excaros bullets, but not the second set, which would give them lines of sight, but not the entrance to the site just yet. They will, however, enter through the doors, but they won't be able to enter in the breached wall. So with that, Night Soul still need to be careful on that angle being placed, but that push they really have to be careful on. Ace with that Selma breaches will be there to open up as a C4 comes in. That was actually the C4. That was Night Soul eliminating Nighthawk, as Exterminator will be there to eliminate one. They have the control. They have both the control, and just like that, Killster will be there whipping her pistol as she eliminates the final opponent of Team Heat, as Tilt Esports will get that second win of attack on the second floor CCTV as we proceed to round 7 role swap. And with that instant replay coming to an end, it's quite interesting on how Tilt Esports had a lot of problems dealing on the first 4 rounds on attack, and they slightly did, however, recovered it back on round 5 and round 6. But since round 7 role swap, we are going to be seeing Tilt Esports defending, and they will be defending first on Basement Church.
Basement Church is going to be the side of choice. That team, Tilt Esports are going to be starting off on, and interestingly enough, as just like I said, and just like I thought they were going to do, Tilt Esports have taken 2 rounds, stolen the momentum from Team Heat, and gone into defense in the map of Clubhouse. Okay, that was a very, very close call right there. I'm not sure if Exterminator meant for his C4 to come flying out at the very beginning of the round. Nearly blew up one of his teammates, but of course, he has a good discipline on that on that button. So thankfully for the side of Tilt Esports, they won't be losing any of their operators early, at least, in the prep phase to unfortunate.
10 seconds left.
But back to
before
the point
insertion.
at hand, you know, the thing I was talking about, which is the fact is Tilt
5 seconds
Esports
remaining.
taking these rounds, these last two rounds, not only has it
Attackers are
completely
moving out to
halted Team
locate a
Heat's
bomb and
momentum,
defuse it.
it's given Tilt Esports a good amount of that momentum, and it's put them on the defense with 2 rounds going in their favor. That's a lot. Given the fact that Clubhouse is a defender side of map, that is quite a good deal that Tilt Esports have gotten out of the first half of the game. Even though Team Heat, they are the winners of the first half. The entire first 6 rounds, 4 of which went to Team Heat in a very dominating fashion. Tilt Esports will be more than happy with what they managed to scramble right towards the end, and they'll be looking to make amends for that first half right now. However, I do believe Killster, who was playing the Zofia, as far as I remember, I think the man got a 4K right there. I'm just going to have to check the VOD after the stream's done, of course. But if he did, well, fantastic. He's been doing a lot of work for his team so far. As there we go, Impact Grenade coming out. As some damage will be done. No damage is done to Killswitch, but as C4 comes out, will that do anything? No, Lord Bane is more than healthy as the Kitchen Breach will finally go off, I think, from the Hibana. Killswitch seems to have gotten it done. There we go. Impact Trick did not work out this time, unfortunately, for the side of Tilt Esports. Oh, that's some damage being done right there to both the Zofia. No, actually, not to Night and Soul. Eagle Eye was the only one to take damage. Interestingly enough, I guess Night and Soul was just out of the range of the gas canister of the smoke. So, you know, the Zofia doesn't take any damage whatsoever. Anyway, coming back to the point at hand. Minute 20 remaining as Team Heat are now the ones facing this strategy of playing the timer from Tilt Esports. How much of this are they willing to let them get away with, and how much of this are they about to try and force? We're about to find out, as there seems to be an emphasis on pushing the kitchen hatch. Banshee has been spotted. That needs to be taken out, excuse me, as a drone will find exactly where the smoke is sitting. Sedatic on the dirt tunnels area. As there's some shots being fired, and there we go. Sedatic with the shotgun's gonna find Eagle Eye, excuse me, and that is the Maverick taken off the board. He's waiting for one more. Night and Soul was his Eagle Eye's partner, pushing through dirt, and they will see the sledge instead and still take him out. Lord Bane drops. And Team Heat are dropping as well, slowly but surely. Tilt Esports are taking this round. Shots are going to be fired from the defender side as there's a down onto Roddy as well. Killswitch was unable to take that kill on to Exterminator as the Tilt Esports are looking better and better as the round progresses. Damage is done, but Killswitch will go down to Night and Soul in the meanwhile, who is coming down the main stairs. Hibana alone inside the side, can't even revive his friendly Roddy right there. He's going to go for the plant. He doesn't have much of a choice, but there's the Malusi drawing trouble. But no, that's a kill confirm, and a revive comes in, not quite yet. He's going to turn around, gets that kill. He has to go for the plant right now. Night and Soul, where is he? He needs to cover, and he won't.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Took too long, the Zofia, to come down and cover for his teammate, as we'll see in the Act Fibernet an instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. As, oh boy, that round came in so close between both teams. Team Heat could have potentially turned it all around right towards the end, but they were unable to. Night and Soul, where was he when he was required the most? When they needed him, he disappeared, unfortunately, and Killswitch could not get the plant off. They needed to extend the timer. Not to be, as the side of Tilt Esports are now one round closer to equalizing. It is 3-4, still in favor of Team Heat, going to round 8.
Tilt Esports, they are slowly gaining up their lead against Team Heat. Quite
Defenders,
surprisingly,
protect your
because
bombs
most
from
of the
being
time it was
defused by
Team Heat
attackers.
winning a total of 4 consecutive defense rounds, and maybe we might be able to see Tilt Esports doing the same thing again for the past 4 rounds. Maybe yeah, maybe or maybe not. But I do have to, point out Sedatic was playing as the smoke. He made sure that the tunnel push won't be in play for the attackers, and he did it in style. 2 shotgun kills, and that too in mid-range, eliminating 2 of them. One was an instant kill, and the second was a down from the sledge, giving them the they just immediately confirmed it, and all they had to do was to focus on the kitchen, in which Killswitch was there, all by himself with he didn't even had enough amount of time to even revive Ronnie at that specific moment because he was compromised on two specific locations, make that three, because there was an impact nade being thrown out to make a line of sight right from the hallways of the church. Didn't quite work out well, but hopefully this time on round 8 when they are defending on second floor CCTV, and we are going to be seeing two of the hard breachers. One would be the Ace, the second would be the Hibana with her Ex-Kairos pellets. So mean probably we might be able to see some split push. No, the split push, however, it actually did arrive when Tilt Esports were doing it, and quite surprising, it did work out well, winning 2 rounds, I believe, on the second floor CCTV room. But since Team Heat's attack strategy would be mainly focused on opening up the CCTV wall, and the Hibana will be there mainly to open up the construction wall. So with that, Eagle Eye will be taking quite a lot of damage from the bandits' charges, and one of the C4s will be there to detonate, but quite surprisingly won't be able to get the Maverick, who is apparently using his breaching torches to open it up just yet. That half-wall trick will be working out as Killster is already has taken quite a lot of damage, I believe, from the CCTV window. Meanwhile, we're seeing Exterminator in the stage hatch. He's just waiting for the attackers to push in from the construction so that the C4 will be there to eliminate him. Actually, he doesn't have the C4, but instead he will be there to deny any utilities being thrown out, and that would be the Ex-Kairos pellets. However, there is quite a line of sight in which the attackers can be able to salvage it, but they won't be able to get the angle onto, and looks like they will find one, downing Killster in the cash room, and Lord Bane, I believe, will be there to confirm it, eliminating Killster, but they still need to be careful of the dangerous shotgun operator Smoke, who is playing also quite close on the deployable shields in the cache, as we're going to be seeing another peak, another kill. That would be Smoke Dev right from I believe that was the Wamai eliminating him, equalizing the man count. Here comes the smoke yet again, which would be right from the entrance, as McHawk will be there to eliminate Eagle Eye, which leads to Team Heat having a man disadvantage, and also McHawk having the control on the catwalk, which would give a lot of problems for Team Heat to even enter to the site. With Team Exterminator playing also close on the side as Kill Switch as will find one eliminating Sedatic, but Smoke Dev will be there for the instant refrag. I believe it wasn't, as he eliminates Ronnie. Kill Switch thinking of going for the plant yet again, but he still needs to be careful on two specific operators who are pushing in. Night Soul downed and out, and the same thing goes to the Wamai as Kill Switch will go for the plant yet again. Makhawk still needs to be careful, tosses the C4. Will it connect? No, it doesn't. Post-plan situation comes in from McHawk, and he will take it. McHawk with a total of 5 HP, even with the C4, didn't quite work out. All he has to do is to find the head of the Hibana, and he will get it. Tilt Esports winning round 8 on second floor CCTV room. As we take a look at it in Fibernet's instant replay, Team Heat almost had the opportunity to even get into the site, go for the plant, but since Killswitch had a lot of problems dealing with, especially a McHawk who was still holding the angle from the garage catwalk, and also the smoke who was nearby at the rotation of the cash room, he was still worried about two of those angles, so all he had to do was just eliminate one angle, in which he went for the plant, but unfortunately he didn't had any more teammates to even hold on to, and that's where McHawk came into play. A really well placed coming in from Tilt Esports as they equalize their round against Team Heat. As we proceed to round 9, second floor gym bedroom is going to be the side, and this might be a little bit difficult for Tilt Esports because this is that specific site in which the attackers have the highest possibility of winning. So let's see what's going to happen to them.
Second floor gym bedroom is definitely a more difficult site than CCTV and a basement church, but at the end of the day, it's a site that we've seen defenders take very, very comfortably before, and it's a site that we've seen attackers take flawlessly as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if this round goes either way, seeing as, of course, it is equalized 4-4 in nobody's 4-4 in nobody's favor right now, and Tilt Esports have taken 4 back-to-back rounds. McHawk, he wins those, as they say, absolutely shutting down Killswitch post-plant 1v1. You do not underestimate the man, and the Kaid that he plays. Absolutely well done for him, for Tilt Esports, and that is going to put them in a very good position on the defense. 4 rounds worth of momentum. Very, very good position that Tilt Esports have found themselves in after that very unfortunate beginning against Team Heat. Heat, in fact, are now the ones making the mistakes and being susceptible, to getting taken out in unfortunate situations. Action phase is already underway, of course, as we're going to have some droning coming out. Actually, Night and Soul is going to recover his drone from the strip club area, interestingly enough. Lord Bane's going to come and break open CCTV wall, which has been left completely unreinforced, as looks like all the emphasis and utility has been placed inside of cash room and a little bit towards the side of construction. Magnets and all of the like, as Makaki seeing the soft wall trick being done. He can't do much about this, although interestingly enough, Maverick is doing it in a weird way. He's done the lower one first, and he needs to try and do the upper one. Heat is already repelling, so there could be a C4 coming in any second now, I think. Eagle Eye is very careful of that, but Lord Bane's going to be down in the meanwhile. That is the Sledge on the other side of the map, who has been down. Meanwhile, Kaid is about to fight a couple of operators right now. He's going to be seen, and there the down is, and Macaque should be taken out any second now, unless Night and Soul knows. I don't think he does, that he has actually downed somebody, so the revive might just come in. Lord Bane has also been picked up, but no, Macaque will not be that lucky, and Night and Soul will secure his kill finally for the side of the defense. Oh, there's another one down. Lord Bane takes the kill on the Killster. He was downed earlier, but now Killster will be the one to go down and out of this round. Castle brackets are being broken. Night and Soul is looking to get in there, as there's only 3 defenders left for Tilt Esports. They're not looking good on Basement Church right now. Excuse me, on second for Gym Bedroom right now. Sedatic has been flashed through a good flashbang throw, but he's of course behind that standing mattress, so he's going to be safe from the window for the time being. Maverick's gonna walk in, so is Night and Soul. Shots are gonna be fired as Smoke Devil goes down. Killster gets another one. Actually, more shots are being fired. The Castle's found one, but he won't find 2. Sedatic will fall. Exterminator was taken out as well just a second ago, in fact. And with those 2 bodies dropping quickly and consecutively, as we'll see in the Act 500 instant replay, round 9 goes to the side of Team Heat. The attackers, after 4 rounds of completely being shut down by Tilt Esports, they are finally going to win a round, put themselves back in the lead, and stop the side of Tilt from going into it, as Basement Church will be the side of choice coming into round 10.
Well, round 10, Team Heat on the lead, and I do have to point out one thing when Macaque was holding that specific hallway. When the Maverick was using his breach torches to open up, do the half wall trick in the jacuzzi wall, I did see Macaque taking out the Electro Claws quite surprisingly, because, you know, as a Kaid, those Electro Claws, yes, although it doesn't work out quite well, it could have been worthwhile if it was still activated, because you do have Maverick repelling in, first opening up the bottom ones, and then he was apparently doing the top walls of the jacuzzi wall, in which if he did however take some damage with the Electro Claws, it would have been quite
10 seconds left.
quite opportunistic, especially with the castle being in play. The UMP 45 does not have, it has a moderate amount of damage and a moderate amount of fire rate, but it would have been great if that Electroclaw was still in play, and instead it would have been better to just not take it out within yourself. So I mean, I'm just going to talk. I'm just talking way about this as we proceed to the action phase. We're going to be seeing Macaque yet again with the Kaid. He'll be using to trick it out thanks to his Electroclaw. One of them, I believe, will be placed on the Moto Hatch, and the second would be at the Arsenal. And the second, the Banshees will be deployed on the default plan, surprisingly, on the Arsenal, as Lord Brain is already in, and all he has to do is to be careful of those C4s. Now, we do know that the Melusi is... Melusi, she does have the C4, as we're going to be seeing one of the frag grenades being thrown out from the sledge, which will, however, tag quite a little bit of damage to the Exterminator, but not that much. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we're going to be seeing Eagle Eye, the Maverick, making, just opening up a hole so that they can be able to enter in from the tunnel, as we're going to be seeing a total of 3 X-Kairos pellets being used to open up the kitchen hatch. Flashbangs being thrown out from the Nomad as she is trying to exhaust the ADSs, followed up with the smoke canisters just to make sure that the push won't be able to happen. I mean, the push won't be able to happen from
Attackers
this
have
on the side
located a
of the
bomb.
attackers. As Kaid, actually not the Kaid, that is the Nomad. She's actually thinking of using her the air jabs to push away the smoke's position, followed up with another nade. Actually, two nades, and those two nades are actually caught up from the ADSs of the Jaeger. Another nade pushes in, but no, that is not a good idea. Sedatic with the SMG-11 will be there to eliminate one, but the instant refract comes in. Lord Bane taking control of the situation as he claims the control of the tunnel, but he still needs to be careful of the Maverick holding the angle from the blue room. Unless and until if Team Heats gets the control of the blue room, the tunnel shouldn't be that much of a problem. And looks like Night Soul has found a way in, eliminating Exterminator right from the hallways of the main stairs. With that, Tilt Esports is having a lot of problems to deal with as Mechawk finally tries to equalize the round yet again, eliminating Ronnie, but Killswitch is already in the side, blunting the diffuser. Lord Bane holding the angle, Mechawk in the moto, he still needs to be careful, and now it is a post plant on the side of the defenders. Lord Bane knows that there is Maverick playing also very close. The Alda as Mechawk gets another kill, eliminating Night Soul. Killster making that flank worthwhile, taking quite a lot of damage as Mechawk will be there to take another C4 to make a rotation, and he gets that kill, triple kill to Mechawk. But will it work out as Lord Bane is playing also very close near the blue room, and this would provide a lot of opportunities for Killster as he goes for the defuse. Well, the defuse will be heard from Lord Bane as he still needs to push in, but Mechawk is here for that cover. Quad kill in his name. And with that, Tilt Esports will recover yet again. Round 10 goes to the favor of Tilt Esports as we take a look at it in Act Fabrinet's instant replay. Team Heat, they had all the opportunities. They even had the control of the dirt tunnel with that. Even though Eagle Eye went for the nade in which the smoke was there with the reek peak eliminating the Maverick, but the instant reflect instantly came in from the sledge, getting the control on the dirt, but unfortunately they did not win the post plant situation here. Again, equalizing the round. 5-5 is the score line as we proceed to round 11. Second floor CCTV is going to be the site yet again.
Second floor CCTV is the side of choice coming out from the side of Tilt Esports. They have managed to equalize once again, and this seems to be a trend today, ladies and gentlemen, between all of the teams that we've had so far. Tilt Esports versus Sage Empire went 5-5, as did the game between Vanquish Paradox and Exterminate Esports, both of which were, most close to overtime situations, 6-5 were involved in both matches, and so far, actually, there will in fact be a 6-5 involved here. But will it be a 7-5 or will it be a potential overtime? We'll find that out in the next couple of rounds, as round 11 is more than just underway. But, excuse me.
5 seconds left.
But, of course, a big round of applause from Mechawk so far. This match may not have ended, but the man has absolutely shredded through the side of Team Heat on multiple occasions, and he's done a great job of completely shutting them down completely, time and time again. Excuse me right there. And he just wins those at the end of their area. As I said a couple of rounds ago, he just wins those. Post plant, you give him a 1v1, and he will most likely win that situation for you. Tilt Esports is definitely going to enjoy having him for the time being, as Team Heat, they have unfortunately lost the heat that they had earlier in the match. And Eagle Eye, curiously enough, not taking any damage from the electrified wall, despite quite literally being on it. I guess it's because his feet aren't actually touching the wall, which would make sense in a way. Nope, yeah, fine, take some damage. There we go. This is I was saying it. Guess I jinxed it. Caster's curse, ladies and gentlemen. But he's gonna go upside down once again to get the other bit done. And now he's got to be careful of shots from inside of Garage. The man could completely be excuse me, the man could completely be taken out, surprisingly, but he
Bomb
won't be,
located by attackers.
as whoever's in garage did not peek that angle, didn't take that fight, didn't want to actually, and Sophia Night and Soul, that is, will take care of this soft wall. Static in the meanwhile holding behind the shield as flashbangs are being caught by Wamai Magnets. More and more of those are being thrown in, and now grenades might just come in towards the side of Catch from construction. Okay. Those, oh, all right, a grenade comes in, Killster's gonna go down, and that's the Jaeger, ironically enough, being taken up by a grenade, as more shots are gonna be fired, and Lord Bane gets another one. That is Exterminator off the board, and now it's a little bit of a situation, but Lord Bane's gonna go down inside the side, bodies are dropping left, right, and center. Killster is gonna take down Static after that refrag onto Lord Bane. More shots are being fired, McCock somehow gets away with that, as it's all onto him and Smoke Dev against Roddy, Eagle Eye, and Killswitch. McCock will go down, Killswitch takes that, but Killswitch has been downed as well. Does Smoke Dev know where the other attacker is? I don't think so. Killswitch is being revived right next to him, and he didn't push up. He will now. Is he going to get one? Yes, he does. Will he get the second one? I don't think so. He sees Killswitch, takes him out, knifes the other one, and it's the 1v1. This man has the diffuser right here. Eagle Eye is not in a position to make a clutch. Doesn't look like it, but he could. And it's a 1v1. Why did he try that? Oh, what was he doing? He pressed the wrong button. I don't know what happened to the Maverick. We see that in the Act 5-minute instant replay. The man was only slightly exposed from the shield, and unfortunately for him, I guess he pressed the wrong button because he started going into his cams, and that is very, very embarrassing situation to have gone into, as the side of Tilt Esports will take match point. 6-5 the scoreline in their favor. But, ladies and gentlemen, here's the real kicker. They're going back to Gym Bedroom.
Oh, well, Gym Bedroom, the site is the site where Team Heat did win that specific side against Tilt Esports, but maybe with some impressive plays that Mechhawk has been doing for the past 2 rounds. We actually did see Mechhawk get a 4K, a quad kill, right from the post-plant situations when they were defending on Basement Church, and also quite a lot of interesting plays when they were defending on CCTV too, with that impressive, I mean, even though throwing that C4 which connects from the cash room, it didn't quite work out well. Even with the post-plant situation coming in, all Hibana had to do was to, just hold. But quite sadly, Mechhawk was there eliminating Hibana and gets that control quite quickly. So we do see quite a lot of clutch plays coming in from Esports. That would be, 2 clutches was from Mechhawk, and the second was none other than Smoke Dev, who was playing as the Wamai, his MP5K plays, and also quite an embarrassing situation for Eagle Eye as he accidentally clicked on the drone for no reason. But hey, we'll see what's going to happen here. Team Heat still has that chance. They could put this match to overtime, and they have to make those important decisions right now. We're going to be seeing Sedatic placing his armor panels right from the construction wall, and maybe a reinforcement from the construction wall and the window. I do have to apologize. I actually did say construction wall instead of a window. But anyways, Exterminator and Sedatic, both of them will be holding the angle nearby. One would be on the construction and the other should be on the CCTV room. Well, keeping that in mind, the site is in 2nd floor gym. The hard breachers will do the same thing yet again. Eagle Eye, he's just going to be opening up the walls right from top to the top as Night Soul. Ooh, that is an important kill. Smoke Dev eliminated, and there's another one eliminating Exterminator. Things are not going to go well on the side of Tilt Esports as they almost had the lead and they're slowly taking it away. Team Heat finding the weakness of Tilt Esports. They are making important plays happen here, ladies and gentlemen, with Killswitch and Ronnie, both of them in the catwalk of the garage. All they have to do is to be careful of the Wamai in which he is holding the angle, vice versa. Lord Bane knows that there is Wamai playing also very close on the main stairs. He's just waiting for the stairs to push in, and he will do exactly that, eliminating the Wamai, which leads to Sedatic and Mechhawk all by themselves, and 2 sides that they have to defend on, and they are compromised on all the they are quite compromised on each and every location here, gentlemen. As we're going to be seeing Mechhawk throwing, being careful as the nade being thrown out just to make sure that the push won't be able to come in. Here's like Kaid thinking of going to be aggressive, and it's not actually a good option here to be aggressive here as Eagle Eye throws the nade, gets caught from the ADS, but the peek comes in from the Kaid, eliminating the Maverick and also the diffuser being dropped on the other hand. Sedatic will be down from Lord Bane as he gets a double kill, but it's all down to Mechhawk as he will eliminate, as he will take out one, but Lord Bane will be there to finally eliminate Mechhawk as Team Heat will be there to secure their win on round 12 as we take a look at it in Fibernet's instant replay. Man, that few early picks was the reason why Team Heat had the opportunity to get that win from Jim. And without further ado, I will just leave it to Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Overtime is in play. 6-6 is the scoreline, and we are here on round 13. What an emphatic round coming out from the side of Team Heat on round 12 as we are here for the second overtime of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And Basement Church and Arsenal Room is the site of choice. Coming out from the side of Tilt Esports on the defense. As soon as we saw the gym bedroom site pick, there was a high chance of overtime happening, and here we are. Overtime is in fact confirmed. Nothing against Tilt Esports, of course. They just have not had the best luck when defending gym bedroom, and they're gonna need to look into that site as every other defense they have done so far has gone very well for them, even if it required a post-plant clutch. I'm looking at you, Macaw. Anyway, come back to the point at hand. Tilt Esports, they did well. It was a big recovery from them, mind you, as they went from 0-4 to 6-5. All the way to round 12, they held out against all odds. Unfortunately for them, Team Heat were able to make the plays happen when they did. Action phase already in play, of course, as right now it is up to Team Heat, and of course all eyes will be on them to see how they go about making this push happen. Roddy, little just standing still right now, probably chatting about something to his teammates, you know, making sure that they are all good on comms and whatnot. You want to make sure the comms are very clear, especially in overtime, as the utilities are going to be spotted with ping 2.0, and Eagle Eye is going to make a quick breach right here on towards the side of on towards the side of Dirt Tunnel. There we go. Walls have been made soft, and it's actually taking quite a lot of fuel from his, from his blowtorch. Interestingly enough, as Rod is going to throw in the flashbangs. There we go. That's one. That's two. ADS burnt, and the third flashbang just for good measure. No, there's a second ADS there now, as the gas canister will go out, and Roddy is going to be the one to take a little bit of damage. Shots are being fired as well, but nothing to be found just yet. Minute 40 remains for the side of Team Heat, as unfortunately the dirt push is going to take a little longer than they thought, while the kitchen hatch has been opened up nice and quickly and easily from the side of the Hibana kill switch, making sure that happens without an issue. But once again, it's a similar situation to the one they were in a little bit ago, which was, of course, where they're trying to push the smoke out, but then the shotgun comes in, a kill or two could come down, and then maybe the push down from the hatch. But no, the shotgun does come in, it finds one, and there we go. The refrag is in instantly from the side of Eagle Eye, who will actually take another one. Exterminator pushed into dirt for whatever reason and got taken out in a bit of a scramble, which leaves the side of Tilt Esports in a little bit of a disadvantage. 3 versus 4 right now in the favor of Team Heat with 55 seconds remaining. Killswitch drawing it out to make sure that the drop is clear for himself. He's got the Maverick on dirt to cover, and he just wants to make sure that deep arsenal is accessible. Night and Soul is here with him to try and get those kills while he goes for the plant. There needs to be good coordination right now, but Smoke Dev is holding a good angle through the rotate made in the hallway. Flashbangs are thrown right in that area where required, and there we go. Night and Soul is going to drop in. He's the first one, and there could be a second one dropping in as Night and Soul will actually be taken down by Killser, who's watching from boxes, which is going to stop the Hibana. Actually, not stop. Killswitch is already in there. Roddy's going to find Makak in the meanwhile, and it's now a 2 versus 3. Plant is going off. Will the Hibana get it off in time? Roddy's found Killser in the meanwhile. Yes, he will. The plant is done, and Smoke Dev is the last one standing in a 1v3 in the post plant.
Hackers have located a
Roddy on main stairs, Killswitch inside a sight, and I believe Eagle Eye might still be on blue. He is droning, and Roddy, he's got to be careful right now. The Maestro with the ult that could pre-fire him to glory, but I don't think the Maestro will. Shots are fired from inside his head, and there's the main stairs push as well. Team Heat with a beautiful, beautiful play on round 13, as we'll see in the Act 5 and instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. They are going to be the ones to win round 13. What a play from them. Shutting down the smoke on dirt and then watching for the Malusi coming in. Eagle Eye with that double kill. That was a very important double that the side of Team Heat really needed right there, while Tilt Esports unfortunately made a few too many mistakes yet again. As Basement Church has been given away, we're going to be going back to Basement Church. This time, it's from Team Heat on round 14.
Well, looks like Team Heat has the upper hand, 6-7, and all they need is one more round to close it off against Tilt Esports on map Clubhouse. Will it happen? Let's see that in the site of Basement Church and Arsenal Room. Quite interesting. We will be seeing Ronnie playing as the Valkyrie. Those camps would prove to be quite efficient, especially the attackers who are apparently holding the angle from the hallway of the main stairs. Now, holding the hallway of main stairs is quite crucial, because you actually do need the control of the dirt tunnel, in which Eagle Eye will be there holding that specific angle, and also the control on kitchen, in which they can be able to plant on default without having any problems of the defenders pushing in. So with that, keeping that in mind, all Tilt Esports need to do is to gain those 3 important choke points so that they can be able to go for that post-plant situation. With that keeping in mind, it's going to be a matter of seconds when that prep phase comes to an end and an action phase will be in play. We're going to be seeing Lord Bane with 2 of those ADSs and also a little bit of the barbed wires being placed, so that the attackers will maybe have a chance to, use their utilities to waste it out on a barbed wire, in which it would give the opportunity to make sure that the deployable shield will be still intact. So with that keeping in mind, overtime match point for Team Heat, and all they have to do is to just defend this site at all cost. With Ronnie playing on the blue room with a lot of angles. I wouldn't say angles, but I would say the cams being placed. One, I believe, should be on the main stairs hallway, and the second should be in the bar, in which in the ping 2.0 system, Tilt Esports apparently did, however, ping exactly where it is. Actually, it wasn't on the bar, it was in the motorcycle, on the garage, in which Direct will be there to eliminate that, following it up with the default cam being removed, giving them the intel saying that they have control on the garage, in which it will be in fact a push from the blue room. To open up hatches of the stock room, giving the attackers some access and also some angle so that they can be able to remove the Jaeger, who is apparently holding on from the blue room with one of his ADSs being placed. Although more than 2 or 3 flashbangs would work out, but more than that, it would, however, force the Jaeger to push back, actually push back. So quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing Tilt Esports, rather than going for a dirt execution, they will, however, go for a church execution instead, with the Hibana and also the Ace, in which the Sajari who's playing onto. All he needs is to just gain the access of the stairs, open up the walls on church, and go for that plant, in which Eagle Eye, they are prepped, they do know what kind of execution it is. They just need to make sure that the blue push won't be there for the attackers, and that's where Lord Bane will be in play. And for the attackers, they only have 50 seconds left. With a little bit of drone works and what kind of execution been coming in, they need to make sure that they get those kills as best as possible. Ace Salma breach is used and deleted from the impact grenades of the Maestro. Another one comes in, which would leave Ace having a lot of problems to deal with, because Ace doesn't even have any Salma breaches left. With that, Even the Hibana using 3 of her Extara spell is being opened up. Actually, he has another Selma Breaches to open it up, but at what cost? With Killster pushing in from the blue stage, they have the execution coming in. They only have 15 seconds left. Sedatic with a lot of HP being depleted. Lord Bane still holding strong on the blue stage. 10 seconds left for the attackers. Where is Tilt Esports' attack here? Exterminate down. Exterminate Mechawk eliminating Lord Bane. A lot of free fires, a lot of chaos. But who will win? It is the attackers, of course. Tilt Esports with the dying round of seconds. They will win it out. What a peak from Mechawk. 3 kills in his name. What was that? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to maximum overtime.
What in the name of perfect gunplay did we just see right there from Mechawk? The man does not cease to impress. Ladies and gentlemen, I was confused. We saw the end screen come up and we were like, all right, looks like Team Heat might just win this. But it was Tilt Esports. Mechawk coming in, 1 down, 2 down, out of bullets. He's got a secondary to finish it off. And just as we had a look on the scoreboard, he is miles ahead in terms of kills from the rest of his team. He's been doing the work, 16-10. And the closest one, I believe, has 7 kills in his team, while the side of Team Heat, they're a little bit more evenly spread right there. 17, 12, and 10 to Lord Bane, Killswitch, and Night Soul, but once again, 17 to Lord Bane. We've seen this before from him in the previous league as well, as that man is he's a beast. But today, it is Mechawk's day, ladies and gentlemen. He has made it work 3 times that I have note of right now. And oh boy, what a finisher from the man as he continues to impress more and more and more and more. I mean, is there any more that I can say, ladies and gentlemen? What a round coming out from Mechawk. The absolute beautiful gunplay right towards the end, completely shutting down the side of Team Heat's defense. Tilt Esports back on the defense now. They are the ones to go second floor CCTV. They could have gone to church, but they don't want to because, of course, they lost basement church to the attackers. But, well, right now, coming to CCTV out the back of that very hyped moment will be something that Tilt Esports are going to be very excited about, because you just don't go out of that and then, you know, not win your match, ladies and gentlemen. Team Tilt Esports, excuse me, are going to be looking to win this out at all costs right now. And Team Heat are going to end up facing the most resistance that they faced so far from Tilt Esports. It is round 15. It's the last round. It's all or nothing. And of course, that applies to both teams. Mechawk, he started off again. Eagle Eye goes down. The Maverick with the angle from Garage. This man cannot be stopped, as he has just shut down the Maverick, meaning no soft wall tricks from the side of the attackers. CC wall is safe as construction is being pushed in the meanwhile, but it's gonna be bandit tricked. Very well done from Tilt Esports. Exterminator being allowed to play there with a grenade coming out, but that will do nothing to stop him from continuing to shut down the Hibana. There we go. Killer's gonna find one. Sedatic will go down as well, but there is no breach. They're gonna be funneled in through the door, which might just be their end right there. Exterminator solo on HP. He did such a great job, while Mechawk has been spotted on the garage catwalk, leaving Killster the only one on the counter for so far. Killster, excuse me, which means that the attackers have a good chance. There we go. Killster will be accounted for as well. He just about makes his way to the stairs, red stairs that is. Exterminate being very careful. He's got a shield to play around with and no breach to worry about, as shots are about to be fired any second now. A down and a kill, but there's a refrag. Lord Bane goes down as Roddy takes the kill on the Exterminator, and Killster, he is gonna have to find a couple more right now. Roddy, Night Soul, and Killswitch versus Mechawk and Killster. Feels like we've been here before. Mechawk with the double. He's gonna come in through garages. Killster's gonna find Roddy as well. It's coming down all to the 1v2 right now. Killswitch, the last man standing inside of construction, is going to go out towards CC window. He's going to be found by Mechawk, or he's going to find, no, he will be found by Mechawk. And the Kai comes out again, as we will see that in the Act 500 instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round, what a game, and what a match in total. Tilt Esports are the ones to win Clubhouse 8-7 in their favor. A huge game coming out from the side of Tilt Esports, ladies and gentlemen. After their disappointing loss against Sage Empire, they have not only made up for it, but they have made up for it in kind. And a big shout out to McCock right there. The man just absolutely turned up the heat against Team Heat. He completely shut them down on multiple counts, on many situations where his team really needed it. And right at the end, when they did as well, shutting down Maverick before anything, excuse me right there, before anything could go through, before CC wall could be breached, Maverick shut down, pushed into sight through CC window, shut down, and then of course the last kill, Hibana, the last man standing, didn't matter. Makak was there, and there was no way that anyone was getting out alive of that situation. What a round, what a match coming out from Tilt Esports. Very well done by Team Heat as well, as it was a maximum, excuse me right there, maximum rounds, maximum overtime. That was the round to be, as finally we're gonna just take a look at the highlights of the match, ladies and gentlemen, in the relive the moment right here. And what a match we've had, Baba. I mean, at this point we're about to sound a little bit like a broken record, but what a game indeed, wouldn't you agree?
And I would absolutely agree on that, Jack. What a fantastic match that we actually get to witness. And that too, this is the Division 3, quite surprisingly, Jack. You know, I did not expect to see some great plays, and also there are multiple amount of matches where we actually did get to see maximum overtime. And my boy, this division is full of surprise, Jack. I can assure you that. Quite a lot of plays coming in on both the teams, especially on the side of Tilt Esports. Team Heat, I do have to appreciate a lot of, you know, plays coming in from them on the first round. I mean, they did, however, win a total of 4 defense rounds in a row against Tilt Esports. They did, however, had a lot of problems dealing with the kind of, you know, hold that the defenders had, and especially the attackers. They didn't had how can I call it, the attackers even did had a lot of problems dealing with. But after the first half comes to an end with Tilt Esports winning at least 2 rounds of on the second floor CCTV, we did see them rising back up, winning round 7, round 8 on Basement Church and second floor CCTV room, equalizing the round against Team Heat. But Team Heat did, however, retaliated back, winning on second floor gym and church, putting this match on map point, putting this match to overtime. And next thing you know, it was all down to them. And on round 14, Basement Church, we had absolutely zero idea on what was happening there. Like, for the attackers, they only had 10 seconds left. They opened up the kitchen. They even, however, opened up the basement, the basement church. All they had to do was to go for that execute, in which the ace was there. The ace was on. The ace dropped down from the moto hatch, and they only had 10 seconds. How would you win a match in a total of 10 seconds with Mechhawk, with 3 consecutive kills, 1 single magazine, and in just 3 seconds, the attackers just win? I mean, I just cannot expect it. To be more honest with you guys, for a moment there, I thought Team Heat actually had that opportunity, and out of nowhere, 3 kills. 3 consecutive kills. I just cannot imagine on how it just happened at that instant. Although Team Heat, they made their, you know, hold as best as possible. They even made sure that the kitchen hold wouldn't be as, you know, as best thing as possible. Even we actually did see the refrag coming in from the smoke, who was apparently holding from the dirt tunnel. But man, that was an interesting match. I just cannot. I am honored that I actually did cast one of the most beautiful matches that I've ever witnessed.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege to be casting these matches for our beautiful audience here in South Asia, as we have just witnessed the second overtime of the night. And a beautiful, beautiful game coming out from both teams. But a big round of applause for the side of Tilt Esports. They were, just like Baba pointed out, they were 0-4 down in round 5. They pushed, they managed to get match point, overtime happened, and they managed to win 8-7. It was a very difficult path to get here, but they managed to do that, and Tilt Esports, just what a game from them. Team Heat, unfortunately for them, they gave it their all, and that first 4-round advantage definitely looked very strong for them. Team Heat, that is. But Tilt Esports, they came back. They changed things up time and time again, and they were able to finish it off for the side, for their own side, so to speak, So, just...
Actually, Jack, I kind of do hate to interrupt you on this one. This whole matchup kind of reminds me of that one specific dialogue that Sylvester Stallone would say. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done, and that's exactly what Tilt Esports did.
Absolutely. Actually, that is a very apropos analogy right there, and a very apropos reference, Baba. So thank you very much for that. As definitely, it is about how hard you can get hit, because, oh boy, let me tell you, those first 4 rounds, Tilt Esports got hit very hard, and the side of Team Heat were looking very strong, but Tilt Esports, they took the punches, they took the blows, and they continued on forward. And it was a match of the ages, ladies and gentlemen. It has a little bit of a similar vein to a match way back in season 2 of the previous league that we had. I believe it was Vector Sports versus... I forget exactly who they were up against, but I remember the match was like a 1-5 or a 2-4 or 1-5 or something like that, and it was a big comeback which resulted in a victory. Not overtime, of course, but victory. 3 overtime. It was a big game. It's been so long since I've even referenced that match. Kind of forgot who that was about.
I mean, I guess I do know. I believe the map was on Oregon, but I don't remember in what team Vector Sports was against. But because that hold on Oregon was absolutely beautiful, and also one of the most the best match that we actually get to witness that.
Absolutely, definitely. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the first game has come to an end. And there is, of course, another game for all of our viewers at home. A great game as well, which is Saw Faith versus Nevermind Esports. Saw Faith, of course, I'm excited to see what they can bring out for all of us here at the Casters and Admin seat. But Nevermind Esports is one that all of us also have our eyes on, because, ladies and gentlemen, we all know how the qualifiers work, right? There's teams, and then there's solo qualifiers, meaning that people who aren't part of teams but want to participate can put their names in, and they will be put into what is called a solo team. Basically, a team comprised of players who don't have a team. And Nevermind Esports is a solos team, as in they were formed like that, and they have made their way to Division 3. And very well, as far as I'm aware, from what I heard of the admins who oversaw their games in the qualifiers, they're a team to watch out for, or something to that extent. So we'll be looking forward to their game as they go up against Saw Faith for the first time on stream here at the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. We'll be taking a quick break. Before we get to that, stay tuned.
Arey,
You.
Jack, whatever you do, please control yourself from saying slang words.
I have no idea what's happening right now. Anyway. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with A3 Fibernet and AFK Gaming. We have no idea apparently what happened, because from what we're hearing from our dear host Eisen, it just randomly switched to caster cams. I have no idea if that's an elaborate troll or if he really is just like that. Anyway, come back to the point at hand. I am your host Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host Babagusta and our admin Eisen, as we are here for the last match of the night, and that is Saw Faith versus Nevermind Esports. And we're actually going to Oregon for this last match of today. And of course, just like was specified before we finish off the last game, the side of the Nevermind Esports team is a team comprised of solo players, as in they were players who registered solos in the solos, registrations, and became a team, and they're here in divisions. So it's a big step for them, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be bringing out today. While Saw Faith, are also a team I'm looking at with great amounts of intrigue. With all of that being said, ladies and gentlemen, and of course our rather silent stares done and dusted, Babagusta, how do you feel about this match that we've got on hand?
Well, Jack, with the second match that we're going to witness, Nevermind Esports going against Saw Faith is definitely going to be an interesting match to look at, because the map is going to be on Oregon, an interesting map where we actually did see quite a lot of changes on the side of defense. Sometimes you'd see a second floor hold from domes, sometimes you'd see a first floor meeting room and kitchen hold being introduced. So it is interesting to see what kind of plays does Saw and both the Nevermind Esports have when it comes to strategy wise. And talking about the ban phase, the first ban that we are going to see is going to be the Maverick with his breaching torches. He will be able to open up the hatches on the side of meeting room hatch, or at the walls, possibly like a half wall trick. But we'll see what's going to happen as the second band comes in, and it is going to be the Thatcher. Not much more of a surprise, because Thatcher is bound to be known as one of the most highest band operators. So I mean, just because of his great use of his EMPs that can be able to disable any utilities from the defenders, so that they can be able to push in without having any problems. The first defenders ban comes in, that would be the Wamai, and the second, quite interestingly, is going to be the Kaid. I actually do have to think why Sofie decides to ban Kaid. Maybe because of them banning Maverick, which in fact Maverick is popularly known for opening up hatches. Even though there is an electroclaw being placed on the side of hatches, would actually give the opportunity for them to open it up. So taking out Kaid would actually give a better opportunities for Hibana with their Excaro spells to open it up without having any problems, or I would say, tricking it out, so to speak. But hey, we'll see what's going to happen as we proceed to round one. Second floor kids dome is going to be the side. As we talk about the rosters on the side of Team Nevermind Esports, we have Moose, Beam from Dholakpur, Chutki from Dholakpur, That Dude, and Matrix. And on the side of Team Saw, we have Hellboy, Messi, Captain D, Roger, Play, and Hunter Cod. As we proceed on the first round, the second floor kids dome is going to be the side.
A very interesting match coming out from the side of both of these teams, as it's about to just get started. Of course, looks like somebody is in requiry of a WD Black SSD, as Moose is taking a while to get started right here. The Nomad, that is. But regardless, just like we've said time and time again, we are very excited for this game, ladies and gentlemen. A match that holds actually quite a bit of that holds quite a bit of intrigue for all of us here. I'm still if of course everyone can tell, I'm still a little rattled from what happened earlier. But coming back to the point at hand, the Thatcher ban, what is that, the fourth Thatcher ban of the night or something? No, it actually isn't. It's the third one. We had a Capital. Yeah, this is the third one. We had a Capital Blackbeard ban back on the Coastline match earlier in the first stream, of course. So, no surprises right there that the Thatcher's been banned on Oregon. He sees quite a lot of plays, or at least he would if he would get a chance to. But came back to the point at hand. Round 1, second floor dorms and dorms main hall. And right off the bat, it's a fairly standard team selection that we're seeing from the side of both Nevermind and Soft Fate. Capital, of course, is the only one that I think is slightly different to what we get to see normally. You would probably see an Ash, or I'm not entirely sure who else you would. There is usually it's Ash or an IQ, but today we're seeing a Capital being brought in by Beam. So it should be interesting to see how the Capital is put into use without a Wamai, who is currently banned, of course. You know, who is currently banned, of course. Yeah, pretty interesting to see what the side of Nevermind have in mind. Okay, I just realized that actually comes out as a pun. Alright, I didn't mean for it to go that way, but terrible puns aside. Saw is going to be setting up, trying to break that hatch right there. That is play, as a Nomad and Ace are going to make their way onto Big Tower. Hibana is going to be the one looking to break open the side of... Excuse me. The side of the main games room wall. There we go. Salmon Breach is going off on the other side. Play is going to be facing these attackers soon enough, as the drone's going to come in, and so will Capital Bolts towards where this defender was sitting. And there's actually somebody still there. Does Beam know? I don't think he does know that there's somebody just sitting there inside of bedroom, very close to the door, and Play in the meanwhile trying to fight somebody against somebody. Oh, he's gonna see him finally, but Hellboy has made his way in, and Messi's gonna cover by taking down that dude. And as Sifu comes out, is gonna claim anything? No, it won't. The Capital is fine, but the shotgun comes out. That was brutal right there from Hellboy, as Messi's gonna find moves as well, and Matrix is gonna finally take down one. Play goes down, but it's 1 for 3 as... Excuse me right there, as Nevermind Esports have not started out well, and Saw Faith have started out very well indeed. Their smoke may be down, but they've still got Mute, they've still got Messi. The man was very, very, very good for them in the previous league that we got to see them for, and now, well, they're back, and they're playing Messi again. They're playing that old roster that we saw, except for Captain Roger, right here. I feel like that's just the name change, although I can't exactly say, but there's the peak from the Mute right there, taking down the Zofia, as Hellboy will take that kill, and now it's all down to Matrix, the last man standing, all the way out on the side of Tower. 30 seconds remain. And it's going to be a little bit... Oh, okay. Actually, Matrix is going to find one. He's still peeking the hallway window all the way from Tower second floor. Interestingly enough, it is a 1v3. He could still make it happen if he gets his kills and his aim is on point. But looks like he wants to rotate towards the side of the main armory stairs window. He will go in any second now and probably will be found by Messi on his entry. Pre-fires it, gives away his location, and now the defenders will relocate, but no, Captain D. Rogers is going to go down, and Matrix is pushing in. Will he find the Melusi? He will, but no time. Oh, that was so close for him, as we'll see that in the Fibernet instant replay right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, Matrix, he nearly completely shut down the side of Sawface's defense, as he got those 2 kills back to back very quickly. And with that being said, unfortunately, he couldn't win it out because he didn't get to Messi in time. So the defenders win round 1, and we will go into round 2, 1-0 in favor of Saw.
Well, looks like Matrix wasn't the chosen one anyways. As we proceed to round 2, Basement Laundry is going to be the site. And with that, some great plays coming in from both the teams. I mean, one that I would say Matrix with the 4K, and also Lay making those devastating shotgun kills. Actually, it wasn't Play, it was Hellboy playing as the Mute. I mean, I just didn't get it. Like, the most interesting part about it was Mute, who just pushes, he just pushes in from the trophy towards the master bedroom, and then he just finds the angle in which the attackers went to open up lines of sight on that specific position. Mute didn't get killed, however. And the most surprising part was Messi was there to cover Hellboy, eliminating one player. Next thing you know, Hellboy decides to go
10 seconds left before insertion.
aggro with the shotgun, and he gets a kill. With that, already too easy. I mean, I wouldn't say too easy. I would say too early kills. Do have to apologize for it, but you know, some of the plays that these team does, it always makes me awe and speechless both at the same time. But anyways, just not going to focus more on that previous round, and I'm just going to focus on the present, which is a round 2 basement laundry site on the side of Team Saw Faith. We are going to be seeing a Goyo being picked and placed 2 of his Vulcan shields, one on the supply room and the second would be at the blue bunker, in which it would provide a lot of lines of sight and also a little bit of evasive maneuvers, as I would like to call it, especially if the attackers have a control on that specific position. You just pop out the Goyo shield and just go reinforce the wall. It shouldn't be that much of a difficulties, but we'll see what kind of difficulties that team Nevermind Esports is going to give it. With that, Messi playing on the side of Boiler Room with play. So we're going to be seeing Boiler Room as we're going to be seeing Chutki pushing in. All right, Chutki. She will, however, go on the side of Meeting Room as we're going to be seeing the Exkyros pellets opening up the hatches. And look at that play, making yet again another shotgun kill as he eliminates Moose. The Nomad with her air jab won't be in play. And quite importantly, that is the early pick coming in from Saw Faith. This is the second time we're seeing them getting those early picks, giving them the most opportunity for the defenders to make sure that they will get those wins as best as possible. With that, Hunter playing as the Melusi, he will be playing also very close on the side of Freezer. And I believe Hibana had already opened up the hatches, which actually she doesn't. That would be the meeting hatch being opened up for them. We'll be seeing drone was coming in, and also quite a lot of fireballs being used from Beam playing as the Capitao, using his fireballs to make sure that the attackers won't be in play. And I don't think that would be a good option here with those 2 fireballs being out. And also they do have 2 more of those smoke balls. Yes, you do have the smoke balls to go for the execute, but you do need those smoke balls just to make sure that the attackers, the defenders won't be there to push through the smoke and get those important kills. Matrix with the A's still has no proper confirmation and also having a bit of problems here, as we're going to be seeing a C4 being thrown but not being able to connect. But that dude will be there to eliminate one. Hunter will be off the board, and that will be the Melusi, giving them the access to the freezers. But Messi will be there to eliminate one more. That is Matrix. That is the ace from the bunker in which he was trying to push in. Another smoke being thrown out just to make sure the push won't be in play. But Beam will be there to eliminate Captain D. Rogers. An instant frag out comes in as Beam gets another one, eliminating play, which leads to Messi and Hellboy all by themselves. Make that one more as Hellboy takes another one with the SMG, eliminating both Chutki and Beam. Hellboy being down, and now it's all down to that dude. And that dude is not going to work out well. Messi with that boiler plays, he's going to eliminate that dude as we take a look at that Inac Fibernet instant replay. My god, that is, we are looking quite a lot of close plays been happening on both of these matches up here, ladies and gentlemen, and I have absolutely no idea on what is going on. First things first, I see Beam with that Capitao play, the LMG, eliminating 3 of those players, getting them the access towards on the freezer, but he made a wrong decision, sprinting towards this side. He actually thought of going for the plant, knowing for the fact that he only had 10 seconds left. He had those smoke bolts. I didn't get to see where he placed his smoke bolts, but in the end, Messi with that play on the side of Boiler Room, even though that dude who was playing as the Hibana had the upper hand, pushing in. He actually did see the back portion of the Jaeger, but unfortunately didn't get that perfect kill. As we proceed on to round 3, first floor meeting is going to be that site. And my god, I cannot believe that there is a username named as that
Defenders,
dude.
protect your bombs from being defused by
Definitely
attackers.
catches you off guard, doesn't it, Baba? I mean, while I was reading the usernames right there, I was like, that one's gonna be a little interesting, so to speak. And it does catch you off guard. You'll have to keep it in mind as we move forward in this match. All of that being said, round 3 we'll see play on, I believe the site is first floor meeting and kitchen, which is interesting. Meeting and kitchen, a site that has picked quite a bit, but a site that actually doesn't see that many defender wins, unless of course you're Monka is playing Tachanka, but that is of course a different, you know,
5 seconds
topic
left before
altogether.
insertion.
Coming back to the point at hand, meeting, I'm interested to see the way Saw Faith defends this, as 2 rounds have had 2 very close calls for the side of Nevermind Esports, as on the first round it was Matrix nearly pulling off a very, very good clutch right there, didn't have enough time, and then the second one, once again, Hibana this time, that dude, trying to go for the play, just again, no time, had to go for it because the plant was, I mean, if he went for the plant, sure, he could have extended the timer, but there was nothing stopping Messi from just waltzing in, taking the kill. So he wanted to go for the kill instead, and he just couldn't connect with the bearing 9. He nearly had him too. Messi took damage from that, but well, the Jaeger's 416 just has lesser recoil than the bearing 9. And unfortunately, in a very clutch rush situation, there's only so much you can do in that gunfight. With about 2 minutes remaining, the side of Nevermind Esports are going to be looking to clean up on their early round and mid round, where early round, they take a while to get in and start applying pressure. Mid round, where they do start applying pressure, they somehow seem to, unfortunately, falter at the worst possible times, giving away kills to the side of Saw Faith, and then late rounds, you have 1 operator or 2 operators trying to make a clutch happen, but it wasn't, excuse me right there, but it wasn't to be, so to speak. Kali in play this time around from the side of Nevermind Esports. Beam's going to be playing that one, bringing in the sniper rifle from Night Haven as a very pretty late reinforcement. Comes out from a Hunter right here, but he's going to be allowed to get away with that as Hibana's going to make a breach happen. I believe that is towards the side of Bathroom. I'm not sure quite. We didn't quite get to see where it went down, but Matrix is going to take some damage. Hellboy trying to do some plays right now. Matrix has to be careful, very careful on where he's sitting. As there we go, he's going to be dropped, and that's Diffuser right in front of sight. Messi's going to take that kill, as now it's all down to these last 4 attackers who need to get in, get the Diffuser, and get back out, and, you know, make some plays happen in that, on the way. That dude coming in. He's going to manage to repeat the defense as the flashman goes out. Shots are being fired in the meanwhile as play. He unfortunately had to peek somewhere else. That was when the diffuser was recovered, of course, as more shots are being fired. But a C4 is going to take care of that dude. And there goes Kali as well. It's a 1v5 now as Moves drops as well. And now it's all down to the Zofia. She finds 2. Messi and Captain D. Roger go down, and now it is a 1v3. Shots are being fired all over the place. Zofia trying to find, nope, he won't be able to find anyone. Hunter will take that kill. Not sure if that C4 was meant to be bait right there. I think it was meant to take somebody out on second floor, as we get to see the last of that round in the Act 5-minute instant replay. Close, but not as close as the previous 2 rounds, definitely, as the side of Saw Fate are taking round after round, 3-0 to them on round 4. But if the previous 2 matches have taught us anything, the first 4 rounds could be won by either team, and it could still go all the way to overtime.
Well, true to that, Jack. We actually did see that overtime match points in the previous 2 matches. Maybe we might be able to see Team Nevermind Esports making some out of nowhere plays, and hopefully we might be able to see another fascinating overtime that, I mean, me and Jack would love to cast, as we're going to be proceeding to round 4. Second for Kids Dome is going to be the side. We're going to be seeing the same standard pickouts, maybe a little bit of changes, I believe. Actually, no. On the side of Nevermind Esports, we don't have any you know, particular changes from the attackers, but we don't see the same changes on the side of defense. But so let's see what's going to happen here. Round 4 prep phase will be prepared, and with that, we'll just wait for the defenders to just do their normal works. The Goyo with those Vulcan shields, the attackers placing those drones in a specific positions so that they can be able to get to figure out if there is any Romus presence being detected from Saw, or is it a full anchor site, in which most of the time we actually do see Saw Faith, you know, going for going more of like a heavy anchored side rather than going for a 2 roamer and then 3 anchored side.
10 seconds
More
left
specifically,
before
because most of the time in any defense round you'd actually see those kind of strategies being
5 seconds
involved,
to insertion.
but we actually don't see that quite much on the side of Saw, but they're actually quite getting quite a lot of important kills. And for Team Nevermind Esports, they are having a lot of problems dealing with it. I mean, the total of 3 rounds that we get to witness, they have the control of a particular place where they do need to open up walls. And quite surprisingly, Saw Faith, especially Messi, will be there. Messi or either Hunter will be there to get those early picks, in which Nevermind Esports have to decide whether they have to stick with the same plan or decide to go for the other plan. So with that keeping in mind, we're going to be seeing the attackers, especially the Matrix, who is apparently playing as the ace, will enter inside the big tower, hopefully to open up the attic, in which it is electrified by none other than... Actually, it is not electrified. I do have to apologize for that. I mean, for a moment there, especially on a map like Oregon, you do need those, utility deniers like the Bandit or the Kite, in which the Kite is already banned. So maybe I thought there was a Bandit in play, but unfortunately it wasn't. But instead, there is a SAS operators being played with Play and Hellboy with the same weapons, the SMG-11 and the shotgun, which proves to be quite a dangerous weapon in short range for the attackers. So they really need to be careful on that specific gun here. Messi is thinking of going for a fight and starts pre-firing
Bomb
on
located by
the
attackers.
trophy room towards the master bedroom entrance. With a lot of time being wasted around there, we're going to be seeing Chutki opening up the windows, on the kids' room. But here we go. The first frag comes in, and that's going to be Messi eliminating Beam. But the Hibana will be there to go for that instant refrag. Hellboy knows that they don't have the control on the side of Trophy, so it would be best for him to rotate back on towards the armory office in which he is from, as Play will be there to open up the walls right on the top of the trophy room, so that he can be able to use his smoke canisters to open it up. And on the other hand, we do see Moose downed, but no other operator on the side of the attackers have decided to go for the revive, as Chutki will be there to use those impact nades to make sure that if there isn't any operators currently being present. But looks like Hellboy, he will be down from the armory lockers, and he will be confirmed by none other than the Hibana, which is quite a lot of less amount of HP. But Play, he's the one who's making quite a lot of important plays here as he eliminates one. Another down comes in, and is going to be the Hibana. Unfortunately, they won't be able to go for the revive yet again. No, never mind. Zofia is here. She's just waiting for that right moment so that she can be able to revive at the perfect moment. But sadly, they only have 25 seconds left. And with Saw Faith, Nevermind Esports, they haven't got the entrance of the site just yet. Hibana using those 2 X-Kara spells to make way to enter inside, but that C4 will deny it instantly, and they don't have any more ways to go, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Rogers eliminating the Hibana, which leads to Chutki all by herself, and she'll be eliminated by none other than Hunter herself. Saw Faith winning round 4 on second floor, kids, as we proceed to round 5 with the Saw winning 4 defense round in a row, and I believe they are going to be defending on either basement laundry or on the first floor meeting room.
Looks like Basement Laundry is going to be the side of choice, and Saw Faith have definitely cleaned up on that late round that they had, in the early game, which was a little bit of a mess in the first 2 rounds, as their late game needed work, and they have definitely cleaned it up quite a bit. As Sixman comes out from Beam, he's going to go out of the Finca into the Ash, bringing in one of Siege's most iconic and maybe slightly infamous operators, shall we say. But of course, that's a conversation for a later date. Round 5 is going to be underway, and Nevermind Esports, unfortunately, while they aren't exactly doing too badly in the round itself, they aren't able to confirm. And in that last round especially, they lost bodies. They were getting down through peaks that didn't need to happen, and their coordination seems like it's a little bit off right now. Of course, like I said, it's a solo scheme, so there's going to be a few issues here and there in their coordinations and whatnot, and they will have to work on that as they go along. They are in the divisional stages, mind you. They're here, so they have the time to work on it and improve and win more matches, because you don't want to get relegated out of the tournament and have to play the qualifiers in Season 2 again. Of course, that is not a fate you want to be a part of, so Nevermind Esports, while they do have some time, it is very limited and running out fast, and they'll have to really pick themselves back up out of this little unfortunate beginning that they have had so far. Action phase already in place. Saw Fate, you know what they're about to do, which is get into sight and get things moving as quickly as possible. Hunter, in the meanwhile, all right, interesting. Looks like he's going to relocate a Banshee of his and put it down in the laundry entryway right by the main stairs. And it's probably a nice one, probably a pretty good one, so to speak. It can be spotted if you're looking for it, so to speak. But, of course, given the fact that Malusi's Banshees, when they're put in those hidden spots, often tend to go unnoticed. I wouldn't blame Nevermind Esports for not catching on to that instantly until, of course, they get affected by the slowdown effect. Matrix and Beam over the side of kitchen and dining, trying to clear out the roamers from the side of Saw Fate as quickly as possible. I don't think there are actually any roamers from Saw Fate aside from one of them sitting on the back stairs. I think that is Hunter sitting on the back stairs, probably. One of them is. We did see it a second ago. And Nevermind are going to have to be very careful of that. Dare I say, they're going to need to keep that in mind. But that dude is going to go down in the meanwhile. Sledge is downed. And that gas grenade is actually not going to confirm. I think that was a shotgun shot that downed him. So it could have been Play right there, seeing as the gas canister came out instantly. But Play has pulled back all the way into sight. And he's just going to reinforce off this line of sight that was made earlier so that the attackers aren't able to use it. Well, actually, he doesn't reinforce it. He was going to, but I guess he decided against it. Nope, he's still going to use it. He knows that this wall is available, as summer breaches are not going to go off just yet, seeing as the meat jammers are still active, of course. Beam trying to push in towards the side of Blue Bunker will be able to. Goes in towards the boiler room, and there's Messi, but Messi will fall, actually. Beam, beautiful shot right there from the Ash, as summer breaches are finally about to go off. There we go, that's one, and it's going to fall in and create that line of sight that's required, but impact grenades are going off. Not going to stop it, however. Play needs to be very careful right now. That's a Hibana very close to him. Right below the hash is an ace that will go down. What a shot from him. And will he find another one? Not quite. Hellboy found that dude in the meanwhile. He's going to go for the peak, but there's a prone from Matrix who's going to drop Play in the meanwhile. 3 versus 3 right now. 30 seconds remaining. As there goes the Zofia. Hunter's going to take that kill. He's going to take another one. And there's one more from Hellboy. Beautifully done in the end round from Saw, as we'll see in the Act 5. But an instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round from Saw Faith. As this time it's the inverse of what I was saying earlier. It's not their late game that needed polishing. Their mid game was a little shaky, transitioning towards the end of the round. But at the end of the round, they did a fantastic job to finish off the side of Nevermind Esports, as now they are 5-0 up, going to round 6. And first floor meeting is the site of choice.
Well, with that, keeping that in mind, this is a round 6, and this would be Saw's final defense round until we proceed to round 7. That would be the role swap, in which we'd see Saw going on the side of attack. So we're going to be seeing 6 pick from Beam as he changes from the Ash to the Jackal, and Captain D Roger, who is going to be changing from the Bandit to the Legion. Now, I do have to kind of agree that Bandit, yes, you can be able to use his Bandit charges from the meeting hall as well as the attic, but if you do had a Kaid in play with one single Electro Claws, he can be able to, electrify a total of 4 reinforced walls, 2 from the meeting and 2 from the attic, as we actually saw from the previous matchup, especially from the Division 1, where we did get to see L2K going up against Kira Esports. Quite an interesting match that I would like to, talk about it. And with with L2K, who was apparently playing as the Kaid, he used those Electro Claws to electrify all of those 4 walls. So just a little bit of insight on why Kaid is known to be the best when it comes to using those Electro Claws to electrify those total 4 walls. But hey, I'm just not going to talk any more about it as we proceed to the action phase. The site is in first floor meeting room, and with Saw being quite unrelentless, winning a total of 5 defense rounds in a row, will we be able to get a flawless first half? Well, we'll actually get to find out. With Beam, who's apparently playing as the Jackal, his weapon and also his ability, almost play kind of TK'd his his teammate over there from Captain D Rogers, but apparently he'll be safe for now. I mean, he didn't, however, get that much of damage from the shotgun, but hey, I mean, mistakes do happen, but unfortunately, he was quite lucky. So with that, Melusi holding from the kids' dome, he knows that there is the attackers pushing in, and that would be the Zofia pushing in from the kids' dome. And he really needs to be careful here. I believe he does have the Banshee deterrent being placed. So if the attackers try to push in, the slow will be up in effect, and the defenders will be able to attack properly. Well, looks like Beam is apparently having a lot of problems saying that he couldn't ADS with his gun. Well, there you go. Now he can be able to... He can... all right. I mean, it was a little bit problematic, but now it's been fixed whatsoever. Meanwhile, with that carnage being happened, with the first frag comes in, and that would be the Sledge eliminating the Hunter. The Melusi won't be in play, but her Banshee's deterrent will. But the only problem is the C4 won't be in play either. Well, with Sledge eliminating Melusi and making sure that he gets the control of second floor kids as best as possible, we're going to be seeing the Matrix playing as the Hibana holding down the angle from the white stairs window, hoping sure that they can be able to get that control as best as possible. The barbed wire will, however, confirm the location, and all right. The Sledge kind of confused, thinking that it was the defender who was apparently pushing in, but yeah, he's still alive. And hopefully he would actually be punished just because of that. Messi with the important kill eliminating the Sledge will leads to Matrix and should keep both of them. However, in the kids' domes, need to make a play here. Well, the mute being flashbanged, he needs to reposition back himself in a different position here, as one of the Legion's goo mines will be thrown out just to make sure that the attackers, if they try to push in, they can be able to take it out. A pre-placed C4 being thrown out, I believe, from the mute as he was trying to fall back, as Moose will get stuck with Legion goo mine. Now with that, Matrix with the Rexcaro Spells opening up the hatches and downing Captain D Rogers. Maybe Nevermind Esports has a chance of winning this specific site here. Although the only problem is the Messi pushing in and also play with the SMG-11. Eliminating one, make that two as Plate gets another one. He still needs to find three more and he's going for the plan. Switches for the shotgun. He actually hears it. Switches the SMG-11, downs the diffuser, and just like that, Soft Fate just easily wins the round. As we're going to take a look at that in Fabernet's instant replay, the push from Nevermind Esports was quite confusing, but nonetheless, a play with that SMG-11 eliminating three players, one magazine at a time. And with that, Saw Esports is in match point as we proceed to round 7 roll swap. Team Saw is one round away of getting a flawless victory against Nevermind Esports.
The complete polar opposite of the match that we had previously, this one between Saw Fate and Nevermind Esports. Today, all three matches have come incredibly close. It started with Tilt Esports going 5-7 against Sage Empire, who won that match on Clubhouse. Then on Coastline, Vanquish Paradox went 8-7 against Exterminate Esports. Coming around to the second stream, Team Heat versus Tilt Esports. Tilt managed to win 8-7 on Clubhouse again. And now we're here, Saw Faith versus Nevermind Esports. Saw Faith 6-0. They have completely dominated the first half of the game, and I mean, I say half, at this point we might as well be in the end game right now. As Nevermind Esports, they really need to step things up, and they really need to clean up a lot of loose ends that they have in their plays, a lot of problems that I can see that they might have making plays in future matches, and I really hope they're going to come back into this VOD tonight, and after the stream is done, whenever they're practicing, and see where they went wrong. That last round, I have absolutely zero idea what the Zofia was thinking. Went for the push onto the mute who was playing right? He was playing out there by the hallway and went for the push. I don't know if Zofia realized he had the diffuser or anything. I have no idea what happened. Went for the plant and just I mean, you saw what happened. As they say, she played
Mistakes
herself.
were made. I mean, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were in fact made, yes. With all of that being said, and jokes aside, of course, we don't mean to rag on the side of Nevermind Esports. We really do hope that they improve more, but oh, hello there. Vigil's going to find the Ash. Randomly, Beam comes out and takes down Messi. That's a big drop right there early, but now there's a Jackal track on his location, and the attackers are really trying to zoom in on where he is sitting. Shots about to be fired, but does Captain D. Rogers know that there's somebody on white stairs? He doesn't! Mute covering for his teammate right now, as Elba is finally going to find Beam, shut him down, but they have lost 2 bodies as another set of footprints are going to be scanned, and that is the Mute who just took that kill on the white stairs area. Couple of pings come out from the side of that Jackal scan, but that dude is sitting comfortably behind the locker in freezer as, ooh, Hellboy barely saves his drone from getting caught in the Mozzie test as more shots are being fired. Okay. That was a very interesting Claymore deployment we got to saw from play right there, but regardless, it went off in the right place, and that's what really matters. He's gonna push in with the sniper in hand, watching the shield, excuse me, right there, and watching that shield in the long angle right now, but not gonna find anything. Actually, the shield will go down. Okay, there's no ADS right there. I thought there would be, but no. Oh! He's gonna find that dude. The Mute came in for a peek, but he paid the price as another gas grenade goes off from Moose. It's now 3v3, but with a minute remaining, Soft Faith might just be able to pull this one out. Shots are being fired as the Jackal is slowly approaching site. So is Play, and there's a plant going off from Hunter already. That is very brave right now. Borderline foolish, but the Kali's coming around, and the plant has gone down. Hunter's gonna go down as well. Moose is going to take that kill, but will Hellboy and Play be able to protect this diffuser? They really need to, as the Kali is trying to take a gunfight. No, she's going to have to rotate back and not get a kill. I think he did, but he was taken down instantly by the Mozzie. Revive comes in onto Matrix, which leaves Hellboy in a 1v2 situation inside of laundry storage. He's gonna see the Mozzie. Yes, he will. Will he find the Jaeger, though? That's the last one remaining. Yes, he will. Hellboy with the 1v2 is gonna make sure Soft Faith does not lose any round today, ladies and gentlemen. And as we see in the act, Fibernet instant replay. The side of Soft Faith in a complete polar opposite to what we have seen all day will take the side of Oregon 7-0. Flawless victory to them. Nevermind Esports, very unfortunate right there. However, it was not to be tonight at least, and they can come back tomorrow hopefully even stronger from this match. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all the matches that we had today. The day's gone by pretty quickly now that I think about it, as we've had some very exciting matches, and the last one, you know, could be classified as a little anticlimactic given everything we've seen so far, but it's also kind of refreshing in a way, seeing as we don't have to sit through another maximum overtime. As much as I would like to, it is getting on in the night, so, you know, sometimes it is what it is. Anyway, we're going to have a look at the highlights of the match and the relive the moment right here, ladies and gentlemen, as yeah, it should be pretty interesting to see what we did get to see from the side of Soft Faith. Not much from Nevermind Esports now that I think about it, but once again, that first round, Matrix, he nearly pulled it off for his team, mind you. Those kills, those peaks were great. It was a good attempt, but just like we saw for most of these rounds, Nevermind Esports, they had good patches. They just were not able to confirm.
We do have to agree on that, Jack. You know, most of the matches that we do see, I mean, especially Nevermind Esports, they did their best. I mean, on first round, we actually, I mean, just like we actually did talk about, Ace getting his 4K with absolutely some great picks, but didn't get quite the confirmation there. But Saw, it was more of like a train journey where Saw was there to gain the, I mean, Saw was there who was leading away, and. On Nevermind Esports, I do have to say quite a bit, especially on the basement hold when Team Saw was defending on basement, and I believe that was the Capita who eventually goes for the push, gets those 3 important kills, gets the control on the side of Freezer, but couldn't handle the Shotgun Brothers, the SAS Shotgun Brothers, the Mute and the Smoke, holding it out on this side. Even though I do have to agree on this on Team Nevermind Esports, especially on their side of attack, that their early rounds as well as mid rounds I mean, in the early rounds, yes, it was good enough, but on the defenders, they were more of like quite aggressive in the first round, especially the shotgun play that we get to witness. I believe. It was Hellboy who was playing as the mood pushes in, gets those 2 kills, and yeah, this specific round was quite weird to see that play with the SMG-11 getting those 3 kills, and the Zofia was there trying to plant in. Didn't get quite to know why it was, but I do have to appreciate the amount of how well their attack coordination was and their execution. I mean, the second time we actually did see that was on round 5 when they were defending on basement laundry. The mid rounds, it didn't quite work out well, but in the end, when the execution comes in, that's when Team Nevermind Esports almost had it under control, but Saw was there to immediately neutralize it, and with that, a flawless victory for Team Saw Esports and a very good attempt from Team Nevermind Esports, even though they did not, however, get those important points. I do have to appreciate their effort and determination.
Absolutely. They gave it their all. Unfortunately, they could not win it out. And just like Baba said, it looked good until it didn't. That is basically what happened with Nevermind Esports right there. Saw Faith were able to shut them down at the end of every single round right there. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for the matches of today. Once again, a quick reminder of the kind of matches that we had today, just so you know exactly how different this last match was from all of the matches that we had on stream today. In the first half, we started off with Tilt Esports versus Sage Empire on the map of Clubhouse. That was a 7-5 to Sage Empire. Tilt Esports started off strong, could not hold on to it. Second match on the map of Coastline was between Vanquish Paradox Gaming and Exterminate Esports. That was maximum overtime all the way to the end, 8-7 to VPG at the end of the night. And then, of course, we had to take a little bit of a break, of course, rest our vocal cords, come back stronger with the second stream, as the first match was between Tilt Esports and Team Heat. Tilt finally making amends for that first match that they had once again on Clubhouse, 8-7 to them. Another maximum overtime. And then, of course, coming down to this last match, Saw Faith versus Nevermind Esports. Saw took it 7-0. Nevermind Esports, unfortunately, we're not able to stand up to Saw tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And with all that being said and done, that is all the matches that we had for you today, and the day has come to an end. But not to worry, of course. We've got a lot more Siege action coming up tomorrow. 4 more matches on stream for Division 3 Day 2, and we will see you right there to finish off Week 1 very, very strongly. With all that being said, that is going to be it from myself, Blackjack, our co-host, Babagusta, and, of course, our admin Eisen, as we will finish up the night here, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Siege action. Stay tuned.